Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a very typical day in my life. So I always start off by doing my bed, and you always hear that doing your bed first thing in the morning kind of sets the tone for the rest of the day, and that is so true. I find that if my bed is done and my room is at least picked up, I don't really mind if the rest of the house is a little messy as far as toys and the boys running around. I definitely like walking into a really clean, organized space if the rest of the house is just a little chaotic. So I always just do my bed, and it literally takes a couple minutes at the most. You want to make sure, the sabanas are good, and we have 2 sabanas. So they tend to be a little crazy in the morning. Either one is on the floor, or my boyfriend and I each end up with one. So I just go ahead y sacudo todo, make sure it's all good to go. And my hair is looking a little crazy. That's because I'm trying to not use as heat as regularly as I have. I have naturally curly hair, but I've spent the last 10 plus years just straightening the bejesus out of it. So I kind of want to get the natural curl pattern back. That's why it's kind of just what it is in this video. I definitely haven't journeyed into getting products specifically for curly hair yet, which I need to do. And I'm just picking up water bottles and diapers from the night before, making sure I don't leave any trash behind. And in this video, I'm still working on angles, and I feel like you're going to be seeing a whole lot of double chin. And yes, in real life I do have one, but I feel like the angle that I just chose for this kind of makes it so pronounced. And if it's just looking a little extra, that's because it is. So I clean up Emiliano's bed. I make sure his stuff is good to go. I've been procrastinating putting away these blankets on my desk. Not even going to lie, for the past couple days. I'm definitely that person that says, I'll do it later. And that's also something I want to work on this year, is not procrastinating as much. I have a little bit of his ropa as well that I need to hang and put away. We all share one closet, me, my boyfriend, and the baby. So we do try to make the best of it. I have found lots of ways to just work around, organizing and less closet space. It's definitely not my ideal closet, but it works for what we needed to do. And I always hang Emiliano's little sweaters, only because I feel like if I fold them, they just take up too much space in his dresser. So it is a lot easier to go ahead and hang those up for him and just grab them as we want to head out the door. So I didn't film myself cleaning the kitchen, but I only had a couple dishes anyways, and I just went ahead and washed those and cleaned down the countertops. I'm going to go ahead and sweep now, and I wish I could say it all goes super smoothly, but when you have a 1-year-old running around, they're gonna tend to sometimes be in the way. And in Emiliano's case, he always tends to spread the dirt around that I'm sweeping. But I can't wait till he naps, because he naps around midday, and that's usually when I like to be done cleaning. So we just do it, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. And definitely having Cocomelon on the TV works as a great distraction. He loves it. As you can see, he loves to just sit in different spots of the house. And yes, I have a big ass hole in my kitchen cabinets. Don't even get me started. The maintenance in this apartment complex is abysmal. It's non-existent. So it is what it is. And I'm just sweeping up the kitchen now, and you can see Emiliano with the dustpan. He really wants to help me out. He's so helpful, my little man. Just gonna go ahead and sweep up, and then I get to mopping. But my biggest pet peeve is having like dirt or crumbs left. So I definitely try to be very thorough and precise when I sweep, because I hate pushing around dirt as I go ahead and try to mop.
Thank you, my love.
So I'm getting ready to mop here, and I do have a steam mop, and let me tell you, this thing is so freaking incredible. I decided to get one around the time Emiliano was going to start crawling, and I knew he was going to be on the floor more, and I definitely wanted to kind of have the floor, well, not kind of, but I wanted the floor to be just absolutely clean, so when he's crawling, he's not picking up too much bacteria or extra dirt on his hands. And you did see me run back to the sink because I was putting something to soak and it was gonna overflow, and I had to turn my sink off. So I just go ahead and mop everything, and I usually give Emiliano something, whether it be like a sippy of milk or some water, to sit on the couch and watch Cocomelon, just so he's not walking behind me as I mop, because he does tend to slip sometimes, and that's not fun for him nor me. But in this case, I kind of just forgot and was mopping, and he was running around like crazy.
Okay, he is fed. I gave him breakfast. Little huevo con weenie and some apple slices. He's mean mugging. And while he eats, this is usually the time that I take advantage and I do my makeup, do my hair, get anything done that I normally can't when he's like right there. Okay, now that Emiliano is eating and distracted, this is the time I usually take to either do my makeup if I feel like doing my makeup, or I'll shower. I already showered earlier, like right as I woke up. I didn't film that for you guys, obviously, because I just shower, and I got out of the shower, and then my man left to work, and then that's when I started cleaning up. And I didn't videotape. I didn't film cleaning up the kitchen either, because it was just like I had like 2 dishes, and I just wiped down the counters real quick, and that was that. But now I'm gonna do a really light, I want to call this my everyday. I just want to at least have something on my face. I do have some errands to run later, so I don't want to completely be barefaced. And I did something that I've also been wanting to do for the longest time, but again, it's just like I've been so ballsy this year. Not 2 weeks into fucking 2020, I've been so ballsy. But I shaved off the ends of my eyebrows because I always wanted to have just like straight edged eyebrows, and I was always scared I couldn't pull it off. But I just did it one day and I was like, this is so much freedom. I love it. But also I want to get ombre powder brows next month. So I was like, even if it's the worst decision ever, I'm just gonna get them powdered brows anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna start with my eyebrows, I think, which I just used the e.l.f. pomade, which I love. I love to use it. I've been using it for a really long time. It's a really good like Anastasia dupe. I'm sure everybody and their mama knows that. The only thing that I could say is that once it gets even a little bit dry, like, that's it, game over. Like, it's so hard to blend, it's so hard to maneuver, and it's just a pain in the ass, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna be using my mirror. I actually got this mirror. Look how beautiful it is. It's like, it's fucking heavy, like you can knock a bitch out. It's like so beautiful. It does have like a little tarnish right here, but it's like vintage mirror. I love it. so I'm just going to be doing my brows real quick. I'll probably edit this part out because it's the part where I'm just like really quiet and like focusing like everybody else. Uh-oh, someone's getting fussy. I low-key thought my neighbor was like yelling at her daughter, and she was like yelling at her daughter like super profanities, but now that I'm listening more, they're yelling at their dog. I guess their dog got loose. But I was like, God dang, you yelling at your daughter like that? Like, it's so early in the morning. Like, ¿a poco ya te encabronaste tanto con la pinche plebe? Whatever. Uh-oh, speaking of plebes, he gets like that, but then if I kind of like let him do his thing, he'll keep eating. Like, I know he's hungry. He's kind of going through a phase where he's never been a picky eater, and he's still not a picky eater, but he only wants to eat when he wants to, and most of the time it's like he wants to eat on the go. Like, he wants to eat standing up, walking around, but no, he has to sit in his high chair, kind of finish his breakfast off, at least, you know? I didn't even give him that much to begin with, so it's like, he should not. He should not be crying yet. They're two different complete shapes. I'm still trying to figure out the whole straight eyebrow look. I need to figure that out. But it's going. Slowly but surely. It's going somewhere. I can literally hear him, like, he wants to get out so bad. I'm almost done, Pa. Oh, he's pissed. Okay, let me go get him. I'm telling you, this is like real life stuff. Like, you cannot. Sometimes you just can't get ready, and that's okay. You gotta do it in intervals, and that's sometimes what I end up having to do. Like, I'll have to get ready, like, do one thing and then stop and go get him and, you know, make sure he's good. So let me go do that.
So it's about 1:30, almost 2. The boys got home around noon today because all week it is parent-teacher conference. So they're just getting out a little earlier this week. And they're keeping Emiliano entertained right now so I can cook. Usually I'll cook when he naps, but since they got home early, they kind of hyped him up right around his nap time, and he didn't want to nap. So they're entertaining him and playing with him while I get to cooking. And I'm going to be making a bistec ranchero. And this is my way, this is my recipe. I do go on like YouTube and Pinterest and now TikTok, and I kind of get a recipe just based off of whatever kind of meat or protein I took out to defrost, and I just go with the flow, and I kind of take things into my own hands and tweak them and add things just to put my taste to it, I guess you can say. In the pan, I already have potatoes going, and I do cut those up into bite-sized pieces, and I get those going before I throw the carne in because they take a little longer to cook, and I don't want to make my carne dry by overcooking it. And I am making a sopa fideo on the side for Emiliano. because obviously I'm not going to give him bistec ranchero. I feel like that would be very spicy for him. I could just give him some potatoes, and I would just take them out before I add any chile to the pan. And I also like to go ahead and blend up some cebolla, tomates, cilantro, and some spices, and kind of make like a little bit of a jugo to add to the bistec ranchera. I do like that. It just adds just I don't know, more flavor. And I like cooking my meat that way as well, because I feel like the caldito just makes the meat really tender. And I'm gonna be showing you guys right now. Yeah, there we go, the blender. So I'm just gonna chop up some onion, and even though this is all gonna be blended, I do like to just chop it up a little bit. Excuse the baby in the background. So like I said, I'm just going to be throwing in some cilantro in the blender. I already threw in the onion. I have another jalapeno. We love spicy food in this house, so we definitely add the spice. But you can make this very neutral by just adding less jalapenos and, less spicy seasonings. And I'm going to be adding this tomato sauce that I have. Just a little bit, not too much, because it does make the sauce a little too thick. So I just added a little bit of it because I was running low on tomatoes. And I do need to go to the store later to buy some more, just more verdura. And I'm going to throw in some tomates. Like I said, I chop them up even though they're going to go in the blender. I don't know why. Do you guys say tomates or jitomates? I grew up always just calling them tomates, but my boyfriend and my suegra call them jitomates. So I thought that's interesting that, different parts of Mexico, obviously we all have different names for different things, but I just always grew up calling them tomates. Okay, and I'm just going to be checking on my potatoes. I think at this point I already added my carne. I just didn't film that. I'm going to be adding the seasonings to my blender. I like to use a little bit of consume, or do you guys say bouillon? I guess either way, de res. And then I add some pepper. Yeah, some black pepper. What else do I add? Garlic, minced garlic. I love garlic, so I definitely add some of that. And then some tomato bouillon. And like every Mexican, I do not measure anything. But I do like to keep in mind the fact that you can always add seasoning, but you can't take out. So I do try to add a little at a time and always build up on flavor if I feel like it's missing anything. I add some cayenne and some oregano as well. I like cayenne for like a smoky, deeper flavor. And then this chiltepin powder is so good, you guys. I cannot remember where I got it from, but I'm pretty sure I got it either from El Super in Mesa or Ranch Market. There we go, the garlic. We're just gonna add that all to the blender, and then some water, and just blend it all together till it's like a smooth consistency. I would say a little smoother than salsa. You don't want any chunky bits in it. You kind of really want it to be more of a jugo caldo type of vibe instead of like salsa. And we did come to Walmart to pick up some things that we were missing. We definitely always have to stock up on milk for Emiliano. as well as the boys, they love to eat cereal and just drink milk. So we always get about 2 gallons at a time. I was looking for more iced coffee and they didn't have any, which I'm not surprised. I feel like all stores have shortages of everything lately, so we just got what we needed and we got right. And now we're back home and I'm just putting everything that I got at Walmart away, and we're just chit-chatting here in the kitchen. The kids are really helpful when it comes to doing the smaller chores around the house. I feel like it's just really good to always keep kids occupied in a positive way, and chores definitely reinforce a good little work ethic in them. So Ethan's there putting away some waters that we bought because we drink water like crazy here. And I'm just organizing the eggs. And yes, I'm one of those people that gave in and bought containers for things that already come in containers, but you know, sometimes we just gotta go with the hype. And I really did get these containers really affordably. I think I got one like at the Dollar Tree and the other one at like DD's or something for like $5. So I didn't spend too much because they can get pricey, you know. And Jay's gonna go ahead and throw out the trash. That's usually his chore. Since we have such a small kitchen, I have a small trash can and it needs to be thrown out at least 2, maybe even 3 times a day. So Jay's just gonna go ahead and do that. And while Jay does that, I'm gonna wash the dishes and the pots and pans from lunch earlier. I like to just really go to bed with a clean kitchen. I don't know, but it just helps me sleep better knowing that my kitchen is clean and that there's not food sitting out, because nothing is worse than having food go to waste because you didn't go ahead and put it in Tupperware and put it in the fridge. Sometimes if I get up early enough, I make my boyfriend lunch for the workday, and if there's leftovers, I usually do something with that. That way it gets put to good use. If not the next day, we eat it. We always try to finish leftovers before I go ahead and cook again. I think that's a really good tip to not waste food, and also make it a little bit easier on yourself as far as cooking goes, because cooking every single day can get overwhelming, can get boring, maybe feel a little stuck with recipes. So at least having leftovers once a week is a little easy on us, you know. And I'm just finishing watching upload the dishes. I can't remember what else I was going to say right here, so just enjoy me washing some dishes for a couple seconds. So this is when Jay comes back inside, and I think he notices that I'm videotaping or filming. I don't know why I keep saying that, but he's so funny. He's always doing really random things. Jay is a blast. I swear, he's a party of one. He does not need anyone to have a good time. And I'm not really sure where I am or why I'm not in the shot. Like I said, I literally filmed this earlier today, and I have the worst memory. I can never remember. Oh, okay. Oh, I was getting Tupperware for the food. Okay, yes, that makes sense. So I'm putting all the food away. Like I said, I try to always put food away and not leave anything sitting on the stove. We've never had roaches, so I don't ever want to start. So I think putting your food away and just tidying up at the end of the day definitely keeps things like that, roaches and bugs, away. You gotta be on top of cleaning, and it just feels good to have a clean home at the end of the night, so you can just relax and enjoy your family. And I swear, you guys, I have no idea what the heck is on my pants. When I left the house, my pants were clean, so this must have happened while I was at Walmart. I don't know if I leaned up against something or who knows, but they got dirty, of course. Now it's time to wash all these pans and pot. And I know many of you can feel like we're all, as a stay-at-home mom, we're always cleaning and we're always washing dishes. I don't have a dishwasher, but I feel like even if I did, I probably wouldn't use it with these pots and pans because I don't think they're dishwasher safe. But hey, I washed so many dishes and pots and pans in my life, you know? At this point, it is what it is. We're used to it. And I don't know, I feel like I get them cleaner washing them by hand than in the dishwasher. I'm not saying if I had one, I wouldn't use it, of course. But we're just gonna go ahead and finish washing these up. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and just get down to wiping down everything for the last time today. Make sure I get all those crumbs onto the floor from cooking earlier. And I am going to sweep right now. I at least like to sweep up the kitchen, like I said, any of those crumbs or just food that fell on the floor from earlier. I just make sure I want to get those cleaned up and get my night started. This is probably when my night officially, like, my mom duties are kind of over as far as like cleaning and cooking. And like I said, we just sit around as a family and we like to watch movies or sports. We're really into basketball this season and last season. I mean, the Phoenix Suns almost had it, you guys. Who else was super disappointed that we didn't win? But anyways, so we all get to just sit together and watch that, and it's a lot of fun because we all really get into it, and it's something we can all bond over. And if you live in the Phoenix area, can you guys all agree that this past summer was like the worst ever when it came to flies? I feel like flies were just at an all-time high. I couldn't even open my doors like how I have them right there. They would just fly in through any freaking crack. It was just so crazy. And at some points you would go into the store and you would even see the flies in the store. So I really dreaded those summer nights. It's nice now out, so I like to have my doors open and just let all that fresh air come in, especially because things can get a little stuffy. Once you're cooking and everyone's eating, I just like to have fresh air come through the apartment and kind of make it smell clean again. So I'm just going to sweep up here. It takes me no time at all to just finish sweeping and then throw the trash out, pick it up. Where's Emiliano with the dustpan, you guys? He said he's only helping once a day, I guess.
Emiliano, like, don't touch my shit.
For two? Please. Let me get on this.
He is 22 on the 9 of 16 from the floor, 6 rebounds as well. The Knicks are plus 12 on the glass. Here's Cleveland.
After watching some TV, I went ahead and gave Emiliano a bath, and then we headed to bed. And that was one of our more typical days. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you all had a really great day, and we'll see you next time.